Good. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. 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 Everybody. I said okay. Everybody. All right. We're about kickstarting. All right, guys. So, welcome every single person. Welcome both returning viewers. Welcome new viewers. Welcome new audience. I welcome every single person here, and uh if okay, the fact that you join, the fact that you're planning to join, the fact that you're thinking and considering of joining is not taken for granted, and we really regard that much. All right, okay. As I said, I welcome every single personality here. I welcome every mingle personality here. I welcome every youth, every undergraduate and graduate student here, and as so business students here as well, because I think the video is mainly for them. Okay, so I welcome every single person here. Just the for the fact that you joined is just keep for granted, as I said, and I really regard that. Okay, maybe we'll just proceed without taking much at time. And okay, if you're seated already, just grab your chair very tight. And as usually say, we're not here to waste your time or anything, but we're here to tutor you, or let's just, it's more like life lectures. Let's just call it life lectures. So just more like life lectures. Do you get it? So it's not in any way wasting your time. So as I said, like, if you're seated already, just grab your chair very tight, and let's embark on what we have to do. As first and foremost, I welcome every single person here. Before you or after you, I don't know, is UF Graphics by name, and we're here again to teach you guys, and we're here again to uh sorry guys, we're here again to kind of enlighten you about what life looks like. And okay, that is just more like our area of concentrations, our stream sections, like the angle that is going, but that's not today's topic. So what I'm just trying to be I'm just a kind of introducing it, you get. So just more like an introduction, and maybe what we were set for, or let's just say what we we're doing, you get. So you won't look stuck or be like, what was this guy saying? So that's for that. And on that note, we did and we have made a lot of topics when it has to do with the master of life after school, because we have to do it. Nobody is doing it, nobody is talking about it, and this is something that is broad, that is affecting. If care is not taking it, it's causing more harm than good. It's still causing, and these are young adult life and future that we're talking about, and it shouldn't be neglected. Like, we shouldn't overlook and or ignore it. Do you get? So we really need to inculcate them with the knowledge. We really need to guide them on that path, or by doing that, actually is going to help them in that area. Like, it's going to help them in shaping their path. They are going to actually get on right track. Now, if you'll be listening to us or you'll be following us, I think by this time, or let's just say before now, you should have a kind of developed this, I don't know, critical mindset. I don't know, just anything. Just, it's more like you should have started seeing things more than an average student is seeing it. You should have started being filled with some insights. I don't know, but that just it. Okay. That's for that. And as I said, we have been making a lot of sessions already when it has to do with matter of life after school, and everything on that area. That's also been talking about. We've been enlightening our students, inculcating with them with the knowledge, with the necessary things they need to do. And we've been saying a lot already. So if you're here and this is your first time of seeing us, maybe you just give us a thumbs up. Let me give you a thumbs up first. Maybe you just give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, maybe you just quickly do that. All right, that's for that. And maybe after this session, you just check our other sections. The ones, okay, we have done a lot of sections, streams on life after school and several topics that relates to it. So maybe after this session, you just check it out. If it interests you, you can just check. All right, so that's for that. That's all we're here today. As I say, if you're seated already, just grab your chair very tight, and let's just head to what we have today. At first, yesterday section, I will kind of introduce the topic, maybe because of people that were not there, maybe some because of some unforeseen circumstances that made you not to join that yesterday section. Maybe I'll quickly introduce the topic here, and maybe say some few things we said there, and if it interests you, you just run and go and watch. I don't know. So that's for that. So okay, and people are still joining. Okay, I said before you, I don't know, let me just introduce it again. This is your graphics by name, and that's for that. A lot of you know our objective already and our goals, more like what was set for, more like what we're trying to achieve. We were trying to achieve and we're trying to destroy, if not eliminate totally, that thing that squeeze a scam, because it's not actually a scam. What made it looks or people see it as a scam is because of all these things I'm saying here. Nobody's saying it. Everything I'm saying here, nobody's saying it. I'm being serious. Like this just our life, our adult life there. Nobody is saying it. Nobody is teaching them or how to start making preparation while they're still in school. Nobody is telling them how to lay solid ground, how to start investing, how to start up small businesses that can even make, even when they are out, even if or government fails to employ them, they are still going to start their ground. Of course, nobody is saying it, and this is what that has been affecting. Now it now make, or let's say you see someone, a graduate that graduated with first class, and sometimes you'll be like, I graduated with first class, second class, you see them riding keke and you'll be like, what is this? It's really like it triggers that thing that squeeze is scam. This is just it. And moreover, maybe if you were opportune to or be lectured on these areas, maybe while you're still in school, they would have started off some things, they would have started making some plans in regards to their life after school. Have you seen it? This is just a way, or let's just say what really that, or what leads to that saying. You get that? And that is just what we're trying to avoid to our remaining, because I don't know, it have affected some people already. Most graduates out there are looking frustrated. Most of them are looking, I don't know, it's just dismayed. You get? So let's just say to the remaining youths, to the remaining undergraduates out there. Now, if all this, if what we're saying here is able to reach to them, I think they are going to start they are going to develop this I don't know, this perspective or a different view of seeing things and of seeing schooling, because it's not a kind of or an opportunity to feel that you're still in school, that doesn't give you a room to start up with. It's not enough reason, because in one of our sessions we stated out how a student can still be in school and still manage small businesses. Have you seen it? So the fact that you're in school is not a legit a legitimate ground to or stand and be like, I'm not starting up anything. So that's for that, and that's not an excuse, and that is not what we're wishing for our young adults. So the essence of our streams and everything is just to help them on that part. We don't want to see them tomorrow looking frustrated, looking as if school was a wasted effort, resources and everything, because that is actually what is to start looking like. Your parents are trained you will be like, your mates are there, your mates have started earning, you should start supporting the family, all of these things. So when you when life didn't favor you, when you did not prepare well and life gets to turn, when you're out from school, it like it doesn't usually end well. So well, a kind of directing student path to start seeing it now, like they should start acting upon it. So that's for that. That's just more like go, in other words, objective of why and the reason why we're making these sections, everything we're doing here. And on that note, as I said, we have created a lot of topics when we're relating to students lives after school. We have said a lot already, and we're still saying a lot. I will not stop saying a lot until that saying that squeezes can will be eliminated, if not destroy, we will destroy her. So that's for that. If we're heading to what we have today, okay, I said earlier, okay, I'll just do that. That is more like introduction. Yesterday's live film section, yesterday was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yesterday was Monday. Live film session we did yesterday. Uh, Let me just quickly introduce the topic as I said. Then we'll get to what we have today. Okay, guys. I think that yesterday's section was okay. Sorry, guys. I have plenty this here. Yesterday's session. Okay, see yesterday's session. Okay. What Nigerian graduate face after university and how to navigate life. Okay, this more like yesterday's session. As I said, I'm going to I'll just introduce the topic. After this section, during the introduction, if the if it interests you, maybe you just check it out, but not now. Just get me, not now. Just get the introduction, and maybe you just think what it's about to them before we get into what to have to do. Okay, what Nigerian graduates face after university and how to navigate life. So what the topic is just trying to communicate or let know to students is just like, outside school, after graduation, there is a kind of another life, and a lot of students is not seeing this yet. This is the most painful part of it. They are not making preparation, they are just living lavishly, doing things anyhow, not or thinking. Like, it's just called common thing. I don't know, this is painful. They are not thinking now. For the fact that you're in school, for the fact that you're being sponsored and you're being funded by things, doesn't give you the right, because once you're out, there's this something that they call emotional shock. It will hit you. I'm not wishing you that, but it's facts. It's just more like an inevitable something. Sure bet, like it's gonna come. That is just it. And this emotional shock is just more like, let me just give a practical example of it. Just like when you guys graduated, I mean for graduated students, and you're gonna be signing out. That thing that you people used to do, like sign me, stuff like that. People are going to be signing you, and you're gonna be signing on other people's own. That's it. Now when you're done signing, when you're done signing me, I sign you, sign out, stuff like that, you're gonna drop it. Oh my god, that graduation is not the end. That graduation is exposing you to reality. Is opening another phase of life for you. That is all. Then the big shock there is when you start. Okay, once you graduate, there is this few things that you're going to notice. You're going to notice that nobody is telling you you have lectures. Nobody is going to tell you. No, you're not going to be informed on test is coming up. You're not going to be informed of, or lecturer is coming. You're not going to be informed of, or this what's it called, timetable for exams. Have you seen it? This is quite a different phase of life that you're going to be facing, and in that stage of life, if you did not prepare it when you're still in school, when you still have the mileage, it's gonna affect the other one, the other reality, like the other art from school. Do you get? So that is why we're making this emphasis. And I said the shock there is you're going to realize that, or more, you're more like living independently, because actually you are an adult. You cannot deny the fact. So those people, those parents funding you and all of that, most of them, most of those allowances and of some pocket money is going to be reduced, if not stopped totally. This is shock. Like, it's going to shock you. That one is shock. And you're going to start living by your own life. Now you're going to start figuring out things by yourself. You're going to start making possible decisions. If you fail, if you carry it on your head. If you get it, you carry it on your head. So this is why we need to talk about it now, and it's very very necessary, because it has to do with life, and this is more like future. And when one's future is destroyed, oh my god, it means a lot. This was more like a ruined life, so we don't want that for our Nigerian students. So it's more like shock, as I said. On that stage, if you're not emotional and mentally strong and ready, prepared for it or expecting it, when it hits you, like you're just going to be stranded. This is just what it, or like what it does to or young adult out there. They are going to be stranded, and this is just what we're trying to avoid. So that's for that. As I said, just a quick introduction. Okay, that is okay. We said, okay, the real challenges that Nigerian graduates face. Now, what I said there, I'm not bad. I'm good, ma. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Good afternoon. If you're seeing me, I'm seeing you. If you're not seeing me, I'm still seeing you. I'm seeing everybody, and maybe I'll get to reply you guys. Okay. So you can drop anything, you can drop your questions, you can drop anything, you can ask me questions, I'll get to reply you. Alright, so let's proceed. I will say something. I said there, okay, at first, I said the emotional shock after graduation. I think I've emphasized on it already. So I said the emotional shock is just more like when you're out, when you signed out, you're going to notice some changes in your life, whereby some funds are not going to start coming, or a lot of or responsibility is going to be laid, or family is going to compare you with others, like a lot of pressures from social media, from friends and community around. So this is more like an emotional shock. Then this is the real challenge that Nigerian graduates face. Now this one is challenge, it's gonna challenge you, so you got to guide your ground. So it was talking about challenge. You know what we mean when we're referring to challenge now. Okay, so under that challenge, we mention okay unemployment. Okay, we mentioned unemployment. Now, this is just like normal challenge. Now, most people, the essence or the reason why you're going to school, they are going for or school, spending everything, resources and everything is to secure good job. That's just the fact. And in securing good job, they neglect the fact of okay making some structures while you're still in school, chasing, get my point. I don't mean going or chasing certificates in or like chasing certificate is bad, but you as a student depending totally on your certificate is actually wrong, and it has a great risk. So if you don't know it, just know it now, because this is just the fact. Like for the fact that you're just hoping on your certificate totally sorry guys, totally without thinking about any other thing around, or what a kind of second or plan B, if in this they will tell you is plan B, maybe something that you can back on if or if plan A fails. Do you get? So it's going to really affect. So this is why you actually need to guide your ground, not only certificates, still have other skills, still have other business like stuff like that. So this one now is irrespective of your course, because a lot of things happening now. Most people are working, or let's just say they are doing jobs that is not related to their courses. So this is why you need to guide your ground. This is why you need to be all area, or let's just say all around. You need to be very very strong as a student, because outside there is not easy. I have to tell you the facts, and you ought to prepare for it. So I said unemployment. Now a lot of people is going to be rejected. Remind you, government is not going to employ everybody. It's not possible. Even if I don't know, even if the best government comes, it cannot still employ everybody. This is just the facts. And the earlier that student knows this, the better for them. Now, employment is just few people that are going to be happen to be employed. Now, most people are going to be self-employed. Other people are going to be self-employed, and few people are going to be employed. Maybe others are going to, I don't know. Do you get? So I'm just trying to or relate to you on that sense that everybody is not going to be employed. That's just the fact. And knowing this is part of the challenge. And you knowing it late or discovering it late is going to affect, because by then, or peradventure, if you happen to be one of the people that were not employed, what are you going to do then? Because you discovered it late. You cannot, even if you should start up something, it's going to really frustrate then. Like I don't mean like it will just shake you. Do you get? So you're not going to excel or explore, just like or just like somebody that started while he or she is still in school, because even in school there it gives you a better room, the opportunity to explore, it gives you opportunity to reach out to more people. This is why starting up anything in campuses in school is very very necessary, and is more like a place that you can lay your structure, because you can equally make some mistakes there and make some necessary adjustments, make some corrections. But in real life, some mistakes can ruin one's life. So that's just what we don't want for our young adult and students. I think I've said a lot on it already. Let me not waste much of our time on this. All this I'm saying is yesterday's session stream. So if it's interesting you already, maybe after this section you check on it. So welcome. Without wasting much of our time, let's just get into what we have today. What we have today, if we're talking about today's section, we have how Nigerian students can build up a successful business while still in school. If you check our thumbnail before joining, I think you should see this there. So it's more like, let me repeat today's section topic. Mind you, I just did a bit refreshment or reflection on yesterday's session. That's all this I was saying was yesterday's session. So I was just trying to brief it. Maybe if you are not there, maybe if it's interest you just join. But what I'm saying here is, in today's session is how Nigerian students can build up a successful business while still in school. Now, as I said earlier, you being in school is not a legitimate ground to give an excuse, and moreover, is even a perfect plan, or let's just say a perfect stage, crucial, or what's it called? I don't know. There's this way they normally say. I don't know. It's just more like I cannot recall now, but it's very very that stage of one's life of adult life, it's very, very crucial that you start up something then. I was saying here, okay, how Nigerian students can build up a successful business while still in school. Now, or what you're trying to end in this topic, or just in this body, what we're trying to communicate is just to enlighten you and make you know that, or even still in school, you can build up, you can start up from scratch and build up a successful business that can even as well maybe sustain you tomorrow, that can as well take care of you tomorrow. So let's just, maybe the topic is interesting, maybe let's just get to the bottom line, or let's just say, you may ask how, you may ask as how now. So let me tell you as how now. Do you get? So at first, if we're talking about business, you guys know what is business. And if we're talking about students starting up a business, we're going to make it in a way that like is more like global something. Like they're actually coming up. Anything we're teaching here is professional. Like you're tutoring you or guiding you. Anything we'll say here, in fact, is professional. So I'm not going to give you a local way of starting up a business. So don't expect that from me. Okay. Okay. On that note, at first, if you're looking towards the business, we're going to at first, something that you're going to considering is name and brand identity. Now, I have a few things to say here. Name and brand, I don't know, let me correct this impression. A lot of youth, adult students are using their name for business. That is equally wrong, actually wrong. Now, there's nothing wrong with your name. You can make your, okay, it's advisable that your business name is descriptive. Now, what I mean by descriptive is be a little, like it's going to actually be describing your business. I will give an example. Sorry guys. As I said, your business name is required to be descriptive. And I said, what I mean by descriptive is your business name is going to be relating to your business or what you sell. Like if someone should hear it, or why if your name is being said, is actually communicating what you're selling. Maybe for instance, maybe a mask or skincare. I don't know, there's this way they structure it, but it's just more like your name is going to be, then that what you say is going to be still be attached. Okay, just like glow skincare, let me just glow skin, maybe your name is glory for female, maybe glow skincare. Do you get? So stuff like that, that is what I mean by descriptive or branding. And it is said to be the perfect, or let's just say the more advisable one too, for students to go with, because actually their name, a bit of their name is there, and as well their business name is as well there. So sorry, their product name is as well there, so it will help to get it. And I think so. Okay. Now, mind you, I talked about business and I said the first thing to consider is name and brand identity. And I'm saying again, what makes a good business name? Now, I'm going to be giving you a description of what makes a good business name. Now, okay, if you ask what makes a good business name, now we're going to consider simplicity. Now, simplicity, I mean, it's just more like your business name is going to be this simple. Is the requisite to be simple. Now, being simple is going to help people remember it, recall it, spell it, pronounce it, and easily to refer people to. So you're not going to be starting up a business with your mountain name. What I mean by mountain name, maybe I don't know how to explain this, but maybe your Igbo name. I don't know, just relate with me. So this is business, and I'm more like teaching you modeling. Do you get? And this is actually what successful business owners are doing now. Now I talked about branding and identity. I talked about naming, you choosing a simple name. Now I'm talking about what makes a good business name, and this is just more like the characteristics that makes a good business name. And I mentioned simplicity. I'm saying under simplicity that is requisite to be simple to pronounce, to spell, to remember, and to easily refer to people to. Do you get? These are characteristics that your business name, your product name has to have, or like this is just what it needs to have. And okay, under that as well, there is it also needs to be, what's it called? Okay. Like as I said, it's going to be simple. Simple in the sense of people are going to remember it easily. People can spoil it easily, people can refer to or other people with it easily, and it's going to be descriptive by, it's going to be relating to what you sell, like a bit of your name, a bit of your product. So that's more like name and stuff like that. And okay, under that we have to, okay, how to post product to get customers. Now a lot of people is asking this question, even browsing, watching tutorials. How will I post my product, how will I post my business to get customers? Chill, because I'm about to expose that secret, or let me see, I'm just about to review and let you know that, okay. So on how to post product to get customers, that's the question. And under our list we have few stuffs. Okay, we said content type. Now mind you, at first your product is going to be value. People are not buying product, they are buying value. People don't know, and not knowing, the ignorance of it is leading them to a wrong business. Now people are buying solution, not product. If your product, your services cannot solve a problem, you're not actually on the right track. That's just the facts. And I'm saying here, okay, you're going to be delivering value. If it's a service, it's going to be delivering value. If it's a product, it's value, I mean, it's going to be solving a problem. And knowing or the type of okay, knowing the problem that your business solve. Okay, at first you're going to know what your business solve. Okay, just like uh people that maybe, okay, what example will I use? Okay, maybe let me use skincare, perfect skincare. Okay, you selling skin cream, you know, actually your product it cures maybe rashes and stuff like that. That's example, a typical example of what I valuable product, valuable services. Like it must create value, because that is just what people are looking for. People are not looking for places to spend their money unnecessarily. Like your business, your product must create value, must be useful. Okay, that's for that. Then posting pattern strategies. Mind you, if we're talking about how to post product to get, what's it called, customers online, we don't mean if you wake up you just post. I don't know, if you sleep small and wake up you post. No, if you get our point, we said posting pattern strategically, or posting pattern strategy. So it's more like a strategy. Let me call a review strategy, because it's not an ordinary strategy. Now, what's the strategy, you may ask? Like, how can one implement this strategy? Now I'm coming to that. If we're talking about posting pattern, and as I said, it's more like strategy. Now if you're posting, there is a lot to consider in posting. Now if we're talking about posting, and okay, if it's a physical product, you're required, or you're expected to get a good picture of that product. You're gonna get a good picture of that, maybe through natural light, or I don't know, like it's going to be clear. Getting a good picture of that product is the first step to take in getting customers online. Your product is going to, like, the picture is going to be very clear, or no blurring, like the background and everything is going to be clear. That's number one. And mind you, we're talking about strategies to post, and I said okay, talking about strategies. And again, it's going to be like, it's going to be more like content format. Do you get? If you're posting buy now, it gets to the point, people are going to start ignoring you. That's just the fact. If you this kind of person that you post your business, you're going to be like you're going to be like oh, okay, you posted your flyer or business product, you're going to be like, dear me if you want. It gets to a point, people start ignoring you, start ignoring you, not stop, they'll start ignoring you. They are just going to be skip, they are actually going to be seeing it, they're skipping. What's the cause? Because you're not posting it strategically. Now there is a lot of things to add if we're talking about strategically posting. And I said it is gonna be more like a content. Now, content, I mean, is you're going to be getting before and after. If it's a product, or if it's a physical product, Now, if it's a what is it called service, because I think we have two types of product or business if we're talking about products or services. Like we have physical product and we have more like service product. I don't know. Physical is just goods or things that you're seeing. Then service is more like your skills, what you're rendering. You get so. If we're talking about that and we're talking about how you to post it, if it's a product I said earlier, you ought to get a good picture of it and make it in a more content format, like maybe by posting before and after or behind the scenes, stuff like that. Just anything around that nature, you get. So you're going to be making it in a more like, it's going to be a playful, I don't know, stuff like that. It's not going to be boring, because now when you make some such posts and the results, most times testimonies, most times or what's it called, honest reviews, you're going to tell maybe people that you have delivered to write a honest testimony or review of your product. You're going to screenshot the positive ones and post. You're going to be like the person appreciating you, maybe from the work or services that you delivered. You get. Now people seeing this, it triggers or trust, like it creates credibility, like they are going to start looking forward or to buy from you. They are going to see that you're real. They are going to know that you're not a bot, and they are just going to start patronizing if they need that service. So this is how you create more. It's more like track records. The market that you sold, or I don't know, maybe period of time, or the all these things, messages and testimonies, all of this helps boost trust, and it helps drive sales towards your direction. Now this is why people are most times they'll be like, my customer thanking me. They will post the delivery service, stuff like. So these are just things to consider if we're talking about posting. So you don't just wake up post, you don't work up post. There is a strategy, a prescribed way to actually do that, and it's gonna work irrespective of the platform. Okay, I think we also have, okay, how to make customers buy. Mind you, we just talked about how to post products to get customer. Now, what we have done is how to make customers. You're not going to use jazz. I don't know. Now, let me explain. This is more like how to make customers buy now. This one is not how to post again, because as so you can equally follow the steps, not missing anyone, but customers are not going to still buy. You'll be like, who is bewitching me? But that's just actually the fact. And maybe I think that is why I mentioned, okay, how to make customers buy. It's more like a strategy also, because money, they said, hide under conversation. Now if you don't have communication, if you cannot convert well with your customer, your client, you're going to be losing sales. That's the fact. You're going to be you're going to know and have the skills to communicate, to follow up. It's more like following up. Now follow up, not follow, I mean follow up. Follow up trick, I don't know. What I mean in business is that when someone message you, when someone interest or show interest, I want to buy, or be like, I'll patronize you later, you're going to follow up the person. If you stay small, you're going to be like, you're going to greet the person and be like, I wanted to know if you're still interested in our deals, in our business deals, stuff like that. And it's more like follow up. So as I said, when you're doing this, most times they get tired. They don't have option that to just buy your product, because they have actually showed interest. But you ought to follow them up, because money hides under conversation. You have to converse with them, you have to follow them up and get their money. That is just what you don't want to sell your product out. So that is just more like first step. Okay, it's just more like ways to increase sales, because we're talking about how to make customers buy. This one now is how to make them buy, because them seeing it is not enough. Them viewing it, having 1 million views without one sell is not enough. What you want is sell. So this is just a tips or prescribe how to make customers buy. Okay, you said there, okay, solve a specific problem. Okay, we said, oh, your product or your skill is going to be solving a what's it called, a specific problem. Now this is where you need to know who, and just the specific people that your product is meant for. If it's kids, if it's adult, if it's married people, if it's youth, if it's student, you actually need to know that it has to be clear first. Now you're going to okay, build trust first. Now mind you, everything I'm saying here is how to make customers buy. I said solve a specific problem. Your product, as I said before, people are not buying, or they are not buying products, they are buying solutions. They're actually going to buy what is going to help them in, maybe in return, or what is going to solve a particular problem for them. So if your product or service doesn't fall in any of them, you're out of the track. You're not of on the right track. You get. So I'm just trying to give you what it is or what it means to be on the right track. You're going to be, your product is actually going to be solving a problem. Okay, so I said build trust first. A lot of people are neglecting this. Now this is bigger than selling, building trust, because when people trust you, they can actually give you contract, they can actually refer people even when they are not capable to buy. They can give people, other people, sure guarantee that you're real. You get. This is why you need to build trust, and building trust stops to build trust. Most times you need to show your face in, maybe in some content formats, in showcasing pictures of your products, showing your face. You need to I don't know, like you need to make some pictures, post stuff like that. Now this is how, what's it called, this is how to build trust. Now when people start seeing you, when people start seeing your products, when they start seeing reviews, and when they start seeing testimonies, they are going to know that you're not a bot, you're actually real, and you're serious with your business. So this can work both business and skill, anything, any niche. So it works. So next step, you use scarcity and urgency. This is, I don't know, this is more than a secret. Okay, scarcity and urgency. These two things work like bad. It works. What I mean, well, let me explain. Scarcity is more like when you're selling, you're going to be like, or when you have a list of people that ordered, or people that showed interest but they have not purchased, then to make them buy or to make them purchase at that point in time, you're going to post, or you're going to be like, we have 5 left, we have 2 left, stuff like that. It triggers or pushed action. It's going to push action. Sorry guys. Such statements, such stuff is going to push actions. It's going to make them know that, oh more, this thing is finishing. They're just going to start or DMing you to buy. Now we were talking about urgency. Most, okay, scarcity and urgency. Then urgency, you're going to be like, in the next discount in the next 24 hours, this discount after this night, it gets to the normal price. Discount for the 5-10 people, discount for the first 2 people. Have you seen it? Now these are trips, tricks, or strategies of making sales or leading sales to your direction. Now these sales, these trips and areas can equally work for any product, as I said, and it do works. Now make buying easy. Now like you applied every single thing, still not enough. You have to make buying easy. What I mean by making buying easy is like making people purchasing or reaching out to you easy. You're going to prescribe, or as first, you're going to prescribe your business or product's price name. No, I mean price. Now, and delivering process, because we were talking about modern things, and it's more like everything I'm talking about is applicable, or I'm indirectly referring to business online. Now you actually doing it there. Remind you, you guys are not in a decent, or you guys are not in same position or location. So it's more like different or locations, and most times global something. I was talking about, okay, making it easy. You're going to build or have a structured way. Maybe delivering is fast, delivering all nations, stuff like that. You're going to prescribe it. You're going to place buying process area, stuff like that. Now this makes, if when someone approaches your profile, approaches your business, he or she is going to know how to go about things. Do you get it now? So, and again, I forgot to say this naming. I think so. Your name has to be, I don't know, because it's just more like a name. A business name is just more like the first impression when people get to see your name before getting to see your product. Now, if the name is sarcastic, I don't know, it's not always going to end well with that client. So I have to correct that. So I think we still have some few stuff now. Okay, presenting presenting your products professionally. Now remind you, I'm still stating out how to make customers buy. Now this thing I have here is presenting your products professionally. There is a kind of professional way of presenting products, and there is a sarcastic way of presenting products. Now if we're talking about uh okay if we're talking about presenting the product or professionally, we're going to be looking at quality pictures. Now, as I said, I think I mentioned it earlier, you need to have a quality picture of your product, and you can make use of light in snapping those pictures. Like quality, it has to be neat, no background, no blurring. Like you should guess what I'm trying to say. So this, by so doing, people are going to get a clear picture of it. And most times, getting a quality picture of your products increase sales. Now what I mean by it increase sales, it's possible of making a 5k, sorry guys, it's possible of making a 5k product, if like look like a 15k product. What I mean, like, if something is well packaged, is going to, I don't know, actually you're selling it 5k, but people are going to be like, omo, this thing, are you sure it's not 20k, are you sure it's not 15k, because of what? Your packaging, like, it's very very neat. You get, now this actually drives sales as well. Okay, clear branding. Now clear branding is just more like your name is going to be specific, your, like your captions, your content pattern, your posting pattern, and your hashtags is more like going to be in a uniform form. That's what I mean by clear branding. It's going to be clear, like you're not going to be conflicting things. You're not going to be merging niche. You're not going to be bringing other posts alongside with your business posts or your product post, or like you're going to be bringing, I don't know, you're not just going to diversificate in your posting. That's just the right word there. Packaging pattern, now this is actually a unique tip that work even when your village people work, or when your village people is active. Packaging tips work. Now packaging, I mean, like the way you package your products actually matters. It's more like branding and packaging. Now packaging matters. Now is advisable, okay, let's just see, maybe let me just be plain, let me not refer to you direct. Now packaging products can be, maybe you're going to uh make a thank you nylon, you're going to make some thank you stickers, some thank you, I don't know, messages. You get, this is more like, it drives sales. It's built, or what's it called, loyal customers. You get, they are going to, this is actually what distinguish you from other people, because, and it's more like unique, because it's not usual. Like, if, okay, let me give an instance. If someone is making hair, or let's say buying a product from student A, and student B is selling the same product, but student B packages our own very well and have stickers, have thank you nylons. Now when such customers happens to buy from student B and notice all those, what's it called, packaging styles, he or she is going to divert from the other first to the second person. This is your, and it drives us as well. Okay, I have again, okay, merging business time with students, with student time. This is very very crucial, because we're actually referring to students, and you're not doing it in a way that they are going to neglect their studying time or studying life, or make it collide. Do you get? So you're going to, it's more like a prescribed way on how you can balance it. There is a necessity to balance business or skill to be, what's it called, to academies or studying, because you're not going to prioritize one more than one. You're not going to or treat one more than the other, because when you do that, you're actually going to get strong results from the other. So what was about to talk about now is just how you can equally balance it. Now balancing thing I mean is merging business time with studying time. Smart strategy. Now it's just more like smart strategy. Set business hours. Now you can equally do study morning, afternoon, then business evening. You can equally sketch out schedule time for your business, for academies, for your reading periods. Now doing all these things, because that's why it's called smart strategy. You have to strategically set it out, and make it, be intentional about it. Okay, then a batch content creation. Now because we are talking about how to balance business with what's it called, with academics. If we're talking about batch content creation or in business, we're talking about maybe in some weeks, or like it's just more like bulk pictures. Mind you, I mentioned something like taking pictures of your product. Now, to be consistent in posting, to be consistent in showing up, because business online is more like shop. You're gonna treat it how you treat your personal shop, or how you treat your physical shop. Because, like, let me give an instance. Just like when you own a physical shop and you're selling something, and maybe you have this particular customer that usually buy from you. Now, you locked out for a period of time. Such customers happen to come, not seeing you, happen to come several times, and he or she is going to look out for other places to get such purchase. And maybe if you get back, you have lose that customer. Do you get? So this is more like what's it called, uh batch content creation. Now, you're going to be accumulating pictures of your products. Even maybe even when you don't have time, you're still going to post, because you have accumulated it, and you have made some schedule videos. Do you get? Schedule videos is just setting, maybe on your leisure you're going to set out plenty videos on each time, like on each time to get public, on each time they are going to be published on it on their own. So that if like, I don't know, I'm just trying to say, even if you're occupied, like this, you're going to indulge in content, what's it called, batch content creation. It helps. Now, what I'm trying to communicate there is, you're going to this batch content creation is a stage where you create multiple videos, multiple pictures of your products that you can post, like even when you're not balanced. You get? Even when you're not with your products, you can schedule them online, and they'll go to, or they'll get public whenever you set the due time. Okay, next is academic priority rule. Now, you don't have to neglect or ignore this rule. It's just more like, when it's time for exam, when it's time for test, when it's time for projects, all of this, you have to reduce your business time. You have to reduce your business. I don't know. This is just the fact. You cannot, your business, or it's more like intensity, like not stopping. Get my point? Reduce. Now, it's just like if you're marketing 5 hours in a day, like your normal academies, your normal lectures, during exam, during lectures, during serious lectures, during project time, you're going to minimize it to 2 or 3. Do you get? This? Just more like reducing the intensity of your business when academics is serious. Okay, now advice for students, entrepreneurs. Advice for student entrepreneurs. Okay, if I'm to advise entrepreneur students, at first you need to start up a business even when you don't have the necessary, or let's say the plenty money, because a lot of people are thinking starting up business requires a lot of money. Now, it takes something to start, and so it takes something to succeed. You having money itself is not what guarantee a successful business. You get? Now, it's just more like your motive and how you started. So you ought to start small and grow. Process is more like growth oriented. Now, your a process is, you can't be process. You ought to start small, and everything, of course, everything small started, everything big started small. That's the fact. Every single thing big organizations you're seeing, big content creators, big influencers you're seeing, they started actually small. They didn't just wake up and everything happen to be. Do you get? So there is a necessity you just start up something, and starting up something while you're still in school is just the right time and opportunity. Okay. I think I have few quotes here, more like notables. After that, I think that's it. But let me just see that that's notables. Presentation increase value without increasing costs. Now, that is for that presentation, how you present your goods, how you present your services. It increase value, like people are going to value it more. This is serious, this is looking nice. You get? So that's for that. People's okay, people okay, people don't buy products, they buy solution. For the fact that you're selling is not it doesn't give you a balanced state of mind. You actually need to know or find out if your service, if your product is really offering value, because that is what people are prioritizing. Even content, like your content is going to make sense, even product services is going to make sense, it's going to solve a problem, that's the value there. And that's just what people are looking for. So you're not going to neglect this, you're actually going to know who and what your problem or your product or market is actually for, and what problem is it solving on that your era. Do you get? So that's for that. Okay, posting is not just uploading product pictures, it is strategic communication. Now you post, you communicate through posting, you communicate through posting by testimonies, by screenshots of reviews and test you got from customers and a lot of that. So it's not necessarily just waking uploading. There is strategy attached to it that if you follow, you're going to get results. Sorry guys, that's for that. Okay. Another one is don't choose a name because it sounds sweet. Choose a name that can grow with you. I'm referring this to girls. Specifically, I've seen a lot of girls or choosing business name that sounds, I don't know, too classic. This is bad. And I don't mean, I'm not trying to tell you to choose a local name. Just get my view. Business name, don't choose a name because it sounds sweet. Choose a name that can grow with you. If you're trying to build up a business, mind you, this is a global sum, this more like lifetime business that you're building up. You're not going to start off something and you build like after 5 10 years you're going to change name. It's going to really destroy a lot of things. So it's really best to make appropriate use of good time, I mean good name. Do you get? Now good name, as I said, descriptive name branding is more like a more advisable, like it's going to, or it's going to have a bit of your name. Okay, now let me use myself for instance. It's just like me, UF graphics. Now my U is for favor, my name is Favor. Do you get? Now sorry, U is for Uche. That's my what's it called? Okay, that's my, I don't know, that's my surname. Sorry, God, I'm not. That's my surname. Then F is for Favor. That's my name. Now that's UF. You get it now. Then graphics is my what's it called? My skill. Like graphics is what I'm doing. I'm a graphic designer and all around. And so I'm building what's it called, a career on it. So if you hear the word UF graphics, you should actually know that I'm a person. Now, this is more like example. I'm using myself for example to let you know that your business name it's more like to be descriptive. It's going to have a bit of your name, then a bit of what you're doing, of your service, of your products. Now, knowing this, it is going to help you to choose the right one, and you're going to excel in that. And mind you, this is a bit lifetime stuff, so it's going to help you. So that's for that. That's for that. Okay, I think you're already done with or whatever today. I don't know. So I don't know. I really appreciate the fact that you guys joined, and it's not taken for granted. So if you're here and this is your first time, just give us a thumbs up, and maybe you just try subscribing to our channel, and maybe you just refer us to people around, students that needs these lectures, and maybe you just try sharing all social media. You have graphics, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Maybe you just try following us on any of them, and maybe we'll grow together. So that's for that, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys joined. It's not taken for granted. You have regards that so much. So I really appreciate that, the fact that you guys joined, and it's not taken for granted. All right. So at the point in time, we're gonna be going offline, and maybe tomorrow, not maybe, we're showing up tomorrow. So from 12 upwards. So you just check us on UF Graphics on YouTube. We're streaming here every single day, afternoon period. So you can equally link and get to learn daily here on our platform. So that's for that. So I'm giving you a thumbs up. The fact that you joined, the fact that you have grabbed something, is not taken for granted, and I really regard the fact that you joined. So that's for that, and I'm giving you a thumbs up for that. Okay, but at the point in time we're going to be going offline, maybe you just try following us on any of our social media handles: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, UF Graphics, and gets to learn more when it has to do with life after school and everything around that area. You're going to actually know it and it will really help you. I promise, I promise it will help you. Okay, that's for that, guys. So thanks for the fact that you joined. It's not taken for granted. It really regards. We